So first thing we're going to do is start by priming our eyelid with any type of primer that you have. Of course, my favorite is soft ochre. You guys should know that by now. And I'm just going to put this all over our lids. It's going to cancel out any redness. It's going to hide any veins that you have on your lid, and it's going to prime your eyes for the eyeshadow. So I always like to set it. You guys know this. I'm taking Accentuate powder by MAC. I feel like it has just the right tone to kind of just set everything in place. It doesn't really have to be anything specific, just something to set it. So for the eyeshadow, I'm taking it way back, and I'm going to go into my Naked palette, the Naked 1 by Urban Decay, and I'm going to take Buck and Naked and mix them together because I feel like Buck is a little bit too orange on me and Naked is just a little bit too light. So together they make just the perfect crease color for this look. So once you have your crease color down, I'm going to be taking Makeup Geek's Latte, and I'm just going to be taking a old Sigma brush that I have, but you can take any old stiff blending brush that you have, and I'm just going to work this into the outer third of my eye. I'm basically just tapping it on to get the pigmentation that I want, and then I'm blending it out. This is going to prevent the shadow from flying everywhere and really just helping you to get the best vibrant pigmentation that you possibly can in the quickest time. And then once that's all on, I'm going to put Cocoa Bear by Makeup Geek as well into the same spot, and it's just going to give a really pretty reddish brown definition to the outermost part of our eye. And if you don't have Cocoa Bear, you can always use Brown Script by MAC or something like Sienna by Anastasia Beverly Hills, or anything that just has a really nice reddish brown undertone to it. And then once we're done with that, I'm going to go back into the Naked Basics, or not Naked Basics, the Naked 1 palette, and I'm going to mix together Half Baked and Smog. Half Baked is a little too gold on me, and then Smog is just a little too dark. So I like to lay it down first with a flat synthetic brush just to get where I want the placement to be, and then I like to go in with the same color but use it wet, and that'll give you that nice super metallic finish. And this way you won't have to worry about putting it somewhere you don't want, and especially with a wet brush, it's kind of hard to blend it out once you put it down. Then I'm just going to go back in with that brush to blend out the edges, and you're all done. And then if you want some shimmer on the brow bone, I'm just going in with the color Virgin from the same palette and then just working it onto my brow bone. So for my lashes, I wanted something very long and wispy but not too dramatic, so I'm using my MAC 48s, but if you use our Ardell Demi Wispies, those would look really pretty too. I wanted to go for beachy vibes, so I didn't want to use something too over the top. For primer, I'm using my favorite Too Faced Hangover, and then to get the perfect dewy foundation that I feel like actually looks kind of good on my skin, I'm mixing the BECCA Luminous foundation, which happens to be a little too dark for me, with my Makeup Forever Ultra HD, and I'm just using this beauty blender to stipple it on. And I feel like with dewy foundations, I don't know why, but beauty blenders always just work the best for me. That's kind of a tip I have if you try to wear dewy foundations and they don't really look good with a brush. For concealer, I am using my NARS Creamy Concealer. I feel like this is the perfect concealer for this look because it just makes my under eyes and my skin look so healthy and plump, and it just makes it look really hydrated underneath my eyes, which is really important because we're not going for that super matte look. This is just a little tip for girls that are fair like me. If you are trying to look a little bronzed and you use a foundation that's just a couple shades darker, I highly recommend not going too light on your concealer because then it'll just look way too fake, and in person you can totally tell the difference. So for my under eyes, I used our CMA No Color Powder to set, and then to set the rest of my face, I'm using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural, and I use the Color Light Plus. I honestly think this is the best setting powder no matter what, but especially with dewy foundations because it just makes your face look super natural, but it doesn't give you that matte look and it doesn't take away from the foundation either. For under eyes, I'm just using a reddish brown eyeliner, and this is Whiskey by Urban Decay, and I'm just lightly blending that out and smudging it, not to make it look super smoky, but just so we have that nice grungy look underneath our eyes. And then I'm going to set with Smog, again from the Urban Decay palette. I normally don't set my under eyes with a shimmery color, but I actually really like the way it looks. I think it kind of brings some light to the under eyes. And then on only the lower inner corner, I'm using Half Baked from the same palette, which is that really bright gold. And I think it just totally ties in this look, and it really just reminds me of, you know, Bronze Goddess, Victoria's Secret model magazine. I don't know, that's just what I think. But anyways, another tip too, if you are reusing lashes like I am, or you just have kind of a hard time getting a straight line with your lashes, I highly recommend just going in with a black eyeliner on top of the lash band and on your lash line as well. So for my face, I'm using Shade Stir by MAC. It's just the perfect color for me for this look. It's bronze, but also I can use it as a contour color, so it just really looks great. I totally forgot to show this because my camera had cut out, but I'm using the darkest color from the Anastasia That Glow Kit as my blush, and also kind of as my bronzer as well. It just gives the face a really nice pretty glow, and it also kind of just gives me a bronze look as well. I'm setting my face with Fix Plus before I apply my highlighter. I always do this just because it really just helps the highlighter stick and makes it look metallic without having it too hard and too wet, and that kind of causes it a little problem when you try to blend it out. And then for my highlight today, I'm still using that glow kit. I'm using Dripping in Gold and mixed with Sunburst for basically everywhere on my face that you can possibly put highlight. I feel like it's super crucial, especially when you're trying to look super glowing goddess-like. And then don't forget to take your contour powder or your bronzer, whatever you use, on your neck, so that way everything will look unison and it'll just match really well. For my lips, I used King K Metallic Liquid Lipstick by Kylie Cosmetics. And then this is the final look. I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial. I had so much fun doing it for you guys, and I can't wait to wear this look when it gets super hot. I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye!